If you're a true Liverpool fan, subscribe to Anfield Signal. Florian Wirtz agreement reached as Liverpool handed transfer verdict. Who signed this geezer? Liverpool attacking midfielder Florian Wirtz has come into some form lately, starting to score and assist regularly with the Reds' attack funneled through the German. For all that Liverpool has struggled at times this season, it is the new signings, those who are fit and available, at least, that have stepped up in recent weeks. Florian Wirtz is now a central piece of the Liverpool attack, while Milos Kerkez had perhaps his best game for the Reds to date against Brighton in the FA Cup. Hugo Ekitike, with 15 goals, was the one who hit the ground running the most. In the last month or so, Wirtz, in particular, has reached new levels. The 22-year-old now has 6 goals and 8 assists in all competitions this season so far, and in the last few weeks, has really begun to progress. First and foremost, credit to the player because he has to do the work in the pitch and the gym, Slot said recently. If he is physically struggling at the start, you need to keep on playing him as that is the only way he can improve. I don't think he improved that much on the ball because from the start he was special, but maybe now he has a better connection with his teammates. Off the ball, I see the biggest improvement with him. That combination makes you ready for the Premier League. Speaking on the Could It Be Magic podcast, former Premier League stars Ashley Cole and Joe Cole were in agreement about Wirtz and the direction that he is heading in England. You get all these top players coming to the Prem and people are like, why is he not going well? He was £100 million, Ashley Cole said. It is not easy and the expectation you have got to deliver. We have both played abroad and that gives you a better understanding of how it is for foreigners, Joe Cole added. You've just been plunked out of your culture and culture zone. I remember when Thierry Henry first came in. I thought, who has signed this geezer? Wirtz has improved his fitness and durability in recent games, and seems much more used to the speed of the Premier League. His quality has never been in doubt, and his true level is starting to become clear. Anfield Signal says, Wirtz is a wonderful player to watch, but he feels more used to the English game now. The most exciting thing is that he is only just getting started, given his age. Liverpool signed him for the long term and he is already showing plenty of signs of repaying the faith. When Alexander Isak returns from injury, he will have another world-class player to feed. Liverpool legend Jamie Carragher names preferred title winner after Arsenal drops more points. Arsenal has put its title destiny in Manchester City's hands after dropping more points at Wolves, with Jamie Carragher giving his verdict on who he wants to win the Premier League. Jamie Carragher is hoping to see Arsenal win the Premier League title this season, despite the Gunners handing the initiative to Manchester City after a night to forget at Wolves. With Liverpool's hopes of defending its title having long been extinguished, it looks as though it will be a fight between Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola to claim the crown. Arteta's side has now effectively put their title destiny in City's hands. Although the 2-2 draw at Molineux leaves Guardiola's team 5 points behind with just one game in hand, they are now in a position to beat Arsenal to another trophy. With City hosting Arsenal in April, the Etihad side would be crowned champions if they win all 12 of their remaining games. By the same token, Arsenal would go on to win a first title since 2004 if it wins all of its fixtures, or claims, or a draw at City in the process. The title race could therefore go down to the wire, something that Carragher would be happy to see. What I don't want, unless it's my own team, is for someone to run away with a league, so I'm glad with that result tonight, Carragher said on CBS Sports as he reacted to Arsenal's draw with Wolves. It makes it exciting and gives us things to talk about, it creates stories between now and the end of the season. So, I think it's good for the Premier League. The former Liverpool defender though did admit he wants Arsenal to claim the title, rather than City winning it for the 5th time in the last 6 years. I think I would rather Arsenal win it, because I think it is good for a league to have different winners, Carragher explained. It would mean over the last 3 years we'd have had 3 different winners, which I think is good. City and Arsenal face another crucial weekend, with the former getting the chance to really put the pressure on their rival. Guardiola's side hosts Newcastle on Saturday before Arsenal heads to Tottenham for the North London Derby, with Igor Tudor taking charge of Spurs for the first time as interim manager. Every word Arne Slot said on Alexander Isak return, Jeremy Frimpong injury, and Nottingham Forest. Every word Arne Slot said on a return for Alexander Isak, Jeremy Frimpong's recovery from injury, and much more ahead of the Premier League trip to Nottingham Forest. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot is yet to beat Nottingham Forest, losing twice against the East Midlands side and drawing once. But as the race for the Champions League heats up, the Reds could do with ending that drought. Ahead of the trip to the City ground, Slot spoke to reporters this morning. This is every word that the Liverpool boss said, including the latest on the likes of Jeremy Frimpong and Alexander Isak. Injury latest, Jeremy will not be involved this weekend yet. We hope he will be involved next week, against West Ham, if things go as planned. Wada, Endo, will be out for a long time, as I said earlier. We don't know exactly how long, but long. Alexander Isak return. Alex has been on the pitch now, not with his football shoes but his running shoes for the first time. That will still take a while before he is ready to play for us again. It's not before they go on the pitch, they are just lying in bed 24 hours a day. They also come in and do gym work, but it's nice for him to go on the pitch and nice for us to see him there. You do know, as a player, then you're in your final stages of rehab. The next step is of course doing work with the ball, which every player likes the most, and then going into the group. It takes a while before you're ready to play, but it's nice that the rehab has gone well. It is a compliment to him and our medical staff. Pre-season will give us a different player to we had now, but we're expecting a different player at the end of the season compared to the one we had in the first part. It makes sense, because I have said 100 times I think that if a player has been out for 4 or 5 months, then you cannot expect, with the level we are playing here, he is up to speed straight away. Unfortunately for him and us, we haven't used the best Alex yet. But we will see it hopefully before the end of the season and for sure in the upcoming years. Set-piece improvement. I'm happy that you asked that question because it would be very unfair to Aaron, who was partly responsible for set-pieces, but in the end, I'm responsible for everything. We were in that period of time so unlucky. We all knew that it couldn't go on like that. We hardly gave away any chances, but every ball went in and we created multiple opportunities to score and the ball didn't go in. That things have gone back to normal now is what we expected. In general, we didn't change that much, maybe some slight changes. But things just went back to normal. Lewis, Mahoney, does the main work and we have a meeting together to check the details. In the Champions League, when Aaron was with us, we were already number 1 in set pieces. So I would maybe say things have gone back to normal and we adjusted small things. At the moment, we are happy with way things are, but as it is with players, we are always looking if we can strengthen the staff or the squad. We always keep our eyes open, but we don't expect any change today or tomorrow. Why Georgi Mamardashvili didn't play against Brighton? Last season, we made a different choice in the FA Cup, that's true. Usually, for me, the League Cup is for the second choice goalkeeper, and in the FA Cup I just decide at the moment. The first game he played because Ollie came back from an injury and I think Georgie needed the game, and maybe it was a bit too much for Ollie at that moment of time to play another game. I judge it the same way as I judge the other 10 players, on what is best for the team and the individual. In this situation, I decided to play Ollie again. It was of course a disappointment for Georgie because he is a very good goalkeeper and has done really well for us when had to come in for Ollie when he was injured. But I think you could see from my lineup that I mainly played the starters, and that also means I also played the starter in goal. How that will look in the next game, I cannot tell you now. On Vinicius Jr. reporting racist abuse in the Champions League, in general, you can never do enough. You can always do more to make sure this never happens again. We have to try as a football community to do more than society does. That's maybe not so difficult, by the way. Protocol was followed in the game, that's the first step. I would hope my players would act in a similar way, immediately address it, and the referee acts in a similar way, to Tuesday. Better Liverpool form lately, compared to a few weeks ago, I don't think a lot has changed. In the last 19 games, we have lost twice, both in extra time, and we didn't deserve to lose those games. We didn't need yesterday to know how difficult it is to win a Premier League game. What has made the Premier League nicer this season than 4, 5, 6 years ago is it's more competitive. We have improved compared to 3, 4 months ago. We are in a much better place than months ago. There are more reasons, but the most simple two are how fit we are and that we are much better at set pieces at the moment. On facing Nottingham Forest, back then, for the reverse fixture, it was Sean Dyche's 3rd or 4th game. That makes it a little bit more difficult. We only have tonight to see if this new manager changes personnel. The good thing is they have that game, and the manager was in the Premier League last season. It's been a difficult game for us at the beginning of the season. First half hour was very good from us, chance after chance, then we conceded from a set piece, and the game went in a completely different way. Dominic Szoboszlai form, he played a good game in midfield, the week before he played a very good game at right back and week before a good game in another position. I have to find the best position to play him.